Welcome back to our show, Mr. Jha. This is like the third time you predicted something and it rolled out to be just as you said it would be. You told me that Thailand and Cambodia are not natural enemies. This shouldn't be happening. You told me that ASEAN should and would, China should and would intervene. They did. So, do we have the details of what happened in Malaysia and the ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia?
Well, what we do know is Cambodia it was the first one to express interest to have international intervention for the ceasefire. And this is understandable because Cambodia is a weaker party here. I mean, Thailand has like 10 times the size economy. They have a much larger population, much larger army. Thailand has all the cards on the table, and this is why Cambodia is trying to get some international backing because from past experience, they found that have worked to their advantage because the ICJ, the International Court of Justice, have on two occasions sided with Cambodia. So this is why Cambodia is looking for outsider to step in to help them to mediate. Whereas Thailand was like, this is a bilateral issue. Let's settle this bilaterally between Thailand and Cambodia. And this is because Thailand is a stronger party. So usually in the international arena, the stronger party always want to limit the negotiation bilaterally so they have all the advantage. They don't want the outsiders to come to help the weaker side. And this what happened was very interesting because Trump also got involved.
Yeah.
Trump has called in and supposedly he said he threatened to raise tariff on both countries if they don't come to agreement. But I think this is more like a case of stolen valor because Trump, I think he really wants to get that Nobel Peace Prize. So he's gonna try to claim the credit for this. But I think the hard work is done by ASEAN because like both Cambodia, Thailand are ASEAN nations, and ASEAN has a vested interest to not to have a war in the region. Because the war is bad for business, and this is basically the same position from China's perspective as well. People like to say, "Oh, this is a proxy war between U.S. and China because Cambodia is a China ally and Thailand is a U.S. ally." And it's not quite that simple. Nothing is ever so black and white because China is very friendly with both nations, Cambodia and Thailand, and China has poured a lot of investment in both places. China do not want to see this fight at all. And whereas what happened with Donald Trump's call that was interesting because United States have tried to stay neutral. They try to act like, okay, we are, we're given equal, we're not assigning any blames. We just want you to stop. Like they have been trying to adopt very neutral tone, which is surprising because Thailand is a lot closer to the United States. Thailand is a non-NATO ally of the U.S., whereas U.S. had for the past couple decades, have been on very testy relationship with Cambodia. U.S. have been funding all the opposition parties in Cambodia trying to do regime change, and that didn't work. So the fact that U.S. is adopting a neutral tone, that's going to have implications because from Thai side, they're going to feel a little bit hurt over this because they're like, you're supposed to be my buddies. What the hell are you doing? Why are you trying to appear impartial? And Cambodia is receiving this very positively, and I think people have to be aware what happened before led up to this, because the new Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen, who is the son of the previous Prime Minister Hun Sen, he is new. He's been the torch has been passed from the father to son, but Hun Sen, he graduated from West Point in United States. Like this guy, he recently appeared with the U.S. Defense Secretary, and so it looks like Hun Sen is trying to move Cambodia closer to the United States,
Mm.
and then and this is why he's been rewarded for it right now, because U.S. now is not trying to appear favoring Thailand, who supposedly a non-NATO ally, right? A major ally. And another thing about this non-NATO ally designation, this actually happened way back in 2003 Bush, during George W. Bush so-called Great War on Terror, and at that time, Thailand's prime minister was Thaksin Shinawat, the father of the current Thai prime minister, and he basically cooperated with U.S. Like they did the rendition program. They allow CIA to use Thailand to interrogate, to hold prisoners under so-called Great War on Terror, and allow U.S. free access to Thailand facilities. That's how they got designated major non-NATO allies.
Mm.
So it's but in the more recent times, the Thai-U.S. relationship has been testy, because remember, Shinawat Senior, the current prime minister's dad, he got he got couped. He got kicked out in a military coup by the Thai military, and later his sister his sister also became Inluk. Inluk also became elected prime minister. She was also overthrown by the Thai military in a coup. So the Shinawat family has a history with the Thai military. I mean, obviously, the military, the conservatives, the monarchist faction, really, they don't like the Shinawat family. That's why the senior Shinawat got kicked out to Cambodia, where he served as the economic advisor to Hun Sen for a while. And this is why they have this family relationship between the Shinawat family and the Hun Sen family that goes way back. And this is why the Thai prime minister, um, the youngest Shinawat, in that phone call to Hun Sen, she called him uncle, because they're family friends. They're all like very close, and of course that blew up, because in the phone call she was trying to calm things down. She was calling him uncle, and she was explaining, oh, we don't need to have. This is all the mistake of the Thai generals. They're trying to stir up trouble. Don't worry, I'll set things right. And interestingly, this is a really interesting part. The audio was leaked on Hun Sen's Facebook, and then Hun Sen himself confirmed that was the audio of the call. And so that's because basically Hun Sen kind of backstabbed his old family friends, and
Mm.
because this had serious consequences for the Thai prime minister. She was actually suspended by the Thai Supreme Court. Thai Supreme Court is staffed by all the people, all the judges who are sympathetic to the military, to the conservative faction, who hated her father, by the way. And the whole Thai politics is like Game of Thrones, right?
Mm.
Like because first, her father, her auntie was prime minister. They all got thrown out, but she also participated. She became the leader of her father's party. Because her father at that time had outstanding warrant out, so he couldn't return back to the country. So she led the party to election in the last Thai election in 2023, and at that time, um, they had a alliance with another party called the Move Forward Party, which, according to the U.S., is a progressive. It's really progressive party. Led by another Thai billionaire, by the way, because the Thai the Thai politics, you have to understand that every 10 years the Thai military stage a coup, and in between the Thai people get to decide which billionaire they can they get to choose to rule over them. So the 2023 election was won by a young Thai billionaire who is stood in opposition to the military and the monarchist party, right? But his party didn't win majority of the vote. He won like something like 36% or something like plurality. So what he needed is to find another party to form a coalition government. And the military already said, we are not going to work with this guy. That when the military said that, means all the military-backed conservative factions basically said, okay, we're not going to work with this guy. So the present Thai minister, Shinawat, she originally was supposed to partner up with this other young Thai billionaire to form a coalition government because her party came second in the vote. So the number one and number two party was supposed to come together to form a coalition government. But at the last moment, she suddenly informed her ally that, oh, by the way, we are thinking about bringing in this military-backed conservative party into the alliance. and then the other billionaires party, the Move Forward party, is like, what the hell are you doing? We're out. We don't want nothing to do with it. So this is why I say Shinawat she is a compromise candidate because she formed a coalition government with a conservative party that's backed by the military, right? So it's almost like she just made up with the military so she could get into the position and the military rather not to have the other guy as a prime minister. But the Thai military, they're the one who have all the power, call the actual shots. The Thai civilian government don't actually control what the military do or not do, especially on the border. And looks like the military is not happy with her because the recall, the Supreme Court that suspended her is controlled by the military, and so it looks like the Thai military want her out, and like they want to have nothing to do with her now, and so this is interesting, but the Thai military, people don't realize they also have been kind of on the opposite ends with United States, because U.S. for the past decades have been supporting the opposition party to the military and the monarchist faction. Because the United States supported the Shinawat Senior, they supported his sister, and then
Daughter.
United States supported the daughter and the other billionaire part, the Move Forward party. Like, because if you look at the international English language coverage of the Move Forward party in Thailand, there it's the coverage is glowing. Like, he is a young, handsome, suave billionaire who talks the talk, and who will lead Thailand to the 21st century. But if you actually look at what the guy was actually saying, especially English, he was saying stuff like, our country has been like getting too close to China in the past few years. I feel like we need to, give a chance to our other allies like Japan, Australia, United States, to kind of balance things out a little bit. Right. But anyway, so there's that thing going on. Like US have its hands in all kind of pies, right? And so most recently, how the ceasefire worked out and how US chose to strike a very neutral tone, not to favor Thailand or Cambodia. This is going to cause a lot of hurt feelings on Thailand side, especially from the Thai military, because they would have expect US to somewhat favor them because, hey, we're allies, right? Well, what are you doing, man? You support our opposition party trying to get rid of us, and then now you're trying to side with Cambodia. They will see that as the U.S. siding with Cambodia. They won't see as U.S. neutrality. Whereas Cambodia really, they really taking this as a favorite step, and like they're gonna sing praises of Trump. And Trump, that guy loves flattery, man. If you just butter him up a little bit, he's gonna give everything you want. So I expect to see Cambodia and U.S. Thai is gonna start warming up, and the U.S. Thai might start to cool down. And what people also don't realize that how it's not people like to have very simple binary concept. Oh, Thai is supported by U.S., Cambodia is supported by China. It's a proxy war. No. The Thai military, they also have very deep institutional ties with China. because this start dated back to 1972, 1979, when Vietnamese army invaded Cambodia to oust Khmer Rouge, Khmer Rouge, and um, and at that time the Vietnamese army arrived at the Thai border, and the Thai military were freaking out, and they were worried that Thailand would be next, and so that's when they sought help of China. I was in Thailand in April. I met with the head of the Thai Chinese Cultural Association. He told me the story. He said, "Yeah, back in 1979, the Thai military tasked the Thai Cultural Association, which is ostensibly a cultural association, task them to make contact with the Chinese government." And that's when the Thailand and China start moving closer. Now they're at the point where Thailand is buying warships, they're buying air defense systems, they're buying tanks from China in more recent years. And as we talk about on your show about China-Pakistan relationship, these military purchases is actually a long-term relationship building exercise. Because once you buy those hardware, you're going to need to send your folks over for training. You're going to invite people come to you to train, and you will do joint exercises. Thai military recently did a joint military exercise with China, right? And but because this is always the Thailand, they always try to, um, they'll try to accommodate all the powers, right? They don't want to be on the U.S. bad side. They definitely don't want to be on China's bad side. So they try to play nice with all sides. So the idea that somehow Thailand Cambodia is a proxy war is with Thailand, U.S. back, Cambodia, China back. That's not the picture. That's not how it's going. But what is clear is a war between Thailand and Cambodia is not in the interest of either ASEAN or China, because they don't want to see instability in the region. And China absolutely hate it, because war is bad for business, and China has a lot of investment in both Thailand and Cambodia, so they don't want that to happen. Whereas for U.S., it's actually a opportunity, because U.S. have been playing the role of a spoiler, in many regions. They're not the one that can offer. Long time ago, U.S. used to do Marshall plans, reconstruction of Europe. U.S. doesn't do that anymore. It's China that's offering to build infrastructure, build roads, ports, etc., and high-speed rails. And the only thing U.S. offer nowadays is military intervention or weapon systems, right, and military bases. And even how Trump approached this, it was all sticks, no carrots. He said, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to raise tariff on you, right? If you guys don't sit down and have a ceasefire, I'm going to raise the tariff. It's all big stick and no carrots, right? And in the end of the day, China is the one that's putting real money on the table. So China and ASEAN are the one who are probably working very hard behind the scenes to bring the ceasefire about, because in the traditional Asian diplomacy, they prefer like behind the closed door. So there'll be a lot of more latitude away from the public eye. This is just example would be like the China broker Saudi Iran deal. Nobody knew what was going on until it was happening, until it was announced in Beijing, and the foreign ministers shake hands. And so this is, well, first of all, I'm very happy the ceasefire is getting worked out, and I very much hope the ceasefire will hold. Right now, what they say is like it's going to take 24 hours for the ceasefire to reach all the different command posts on the border. So like we're gonna see if within 24 hours if the ceasefire takes hold, right? Because we're talking about units of like battalion and smaller sizes fighting in like really remote tropical jungles. Like they're not. This is why in the last time when I talked to you, I said this is not going to be a full blown war, because they're fighting in like very very remote area, and these are like the most economically depressed area of Thailand and Cambodia, and it's really I mean, it's literally a war of brothers against brothers, because on the Thailand side, of the border, the civilians are getting hit. They're ethnic Khmer, the same people that lives in Cambodia. They're the same people. They're just be divided by one national border. I mean, same people, same culture, same religion, and now they're getting caught in the crossfire. So it was very unfortunate. So I hope the ceasefire take place, and I hope things tension will calm down. This will likely be like another frozen conflict, because I don't think fundamentally either side will be willing to make big concessions at this point, because the anger, the emotions are still very high on both sides. Both sides blame each other for starting this conflict, and neither political establishment can afford to look weak, especially Thailand. The Thai prime minister is getting suspended right now, and they have an acting prime minister, right? So they cannot afford to look weak. They saw what happened when
Yeah,
last time she tried to make peace,
yeah.
and she got this almost got kicked out. So it's not going to come from Thailand. And on the Myanmar side, Hun Sen is very young, and he's brought in to his father's former position.
Carl,
So
before
for him, this is an
before we go
opportunity.
on that side,
Okay, go ahead.
what do you think about
Yeah,
her case?
yeah.
Is she gonna make it back in office, or are you saying that it's very, very highly unlikely?
I mean, this is your guess is good as mine. I mean, like there's a lot of political horse trading happening in the background in Thailand. It's a completely Game of Thrones scenario. You'll never know what kind of surprises is around the corner. And because remember, her dad's party was the enemy of the military, and then somehow her dad was able to finagle a pardon from the Thai king and to come back, and then somehow she ditched her one-time ally and then sided with the military party to form a coalition government. So anything can happen. I mean, I'm not excluding any possibility at this point. Um, but I think the most important part is whether um, the military faction will forgive her, um, will let it pass, because Thai military is really the kingmaker in Thailand. They get to decide who stays, who goes. I mean, they will overthrow any prime minister they don't like by a coup if necessary. So ultimately, that depends whether her party or her can work out a deal with the military. Most likely her father, because it's really her father that's still behind the scenes. And I don't even know if she really wants to be the prime minister. It's
Mm,
more like her dad's like, okay, daughter, you got to do your duty to the
mm,
family.
mm,
These are like all very feudal, like all
mm.
these feudal relations, right? Like in the old days, they will marry their daughter for marital alliances. Nowadays, they will be like, okay, daughter, go
Wow,
ahead,
wow,
and rule the country. Go
wow.
ahead, rule the country for the good of the family, right? Yeah. So.
So how does the Cambodian side look like? You were telling us.
Uh, right. So from the Cambodian side, Hun Sen has been ruling Cambodia since 1980s. He used to be a Khmer Rouge member until he found out he was about to be purged and be executed. So he ran away to Vietnam. He defected to Vietnam, and he guided the Vietnamese army to invade Cambodia to oust his former boss, Pol Pot. And then Vietnam put him in the leadership position in the new Cambodian government, and then he took the reign in 1980s, and he has been in power ever since. Like he managed to kick out all oppositions. Like U.S. used to back a monarchist faction in Cambodia that was presided over by one of the son of the late Cambodian king Sihanouk, and he just completely got rid of that faction's power and monopolized all the power since 1990s. And this is why U.S. U.S. relationship with Cambodia has been tested during Hun Sen's term because U.S. keep on funding the opposition, try to overthrow him. But now there might be an opportunity, because looks like Human Nen, he went to he went to study in United States, graduated from West Point, and he is, saying all the right things about how he wants to improve ties with the United States. And he's also trying to shore up his own prestige, right? So his father has been the strong man. He himself has been unproven up to this point. And so this is an opportunity for him to show the Cambodian public, yes, I can guide the country with a strong hand. I can be the guardian of the Cambodian territorial sovereignty, national honor, et cetera, et cetera. So this is why it's very unlikely that he will make any big concessions to Thailand. So this is why I say it's probably going to be a frozen conflict. The dispute will probably go on, but things will likely simmer down because there's really no reason to fight over these piece of very tiny sliver of land, especially when there's much important priorities both countries need to attend to. So hopefully this is just a hiccup and both sides got what they wanted. And if it was maybe on the Thailand side, maybe the military was just looking for a chance to kick out the Prime Minister Shinawat again. You got what they wanted. Maybe this thing will just go away. So we'll have to see.
As you mentioned, the United States slowly casting away from Thailand. We actually saw this in
Yeah,
the press conference in Malaysia as well. So the Cambodian side mentioned US and Donald Trump, and the Thai side didn't say a word about the US.
yeah. Yeah, because the Cambodian side, they know how to play Trump. Trump, you just gotta butter him up with flattery. Nominate him for Nobel Peace Prize, and he will be happy. And Thailand side, they will not be happy about this because from their perspective, United States, Thailand is supposed to be allies. You're supposed to stand by your friends. What the hell are you doing trying to be neutral, right? Like they will not look at that very kindly. And so in any case, I think Thailand will continue
Yeah,
to
yeah.
be closer to China.
So this is a
Yeah, I
this is
think
a
that's
little
what's going
tough
to happen.
question. So what do you think?
Yeah.
What exerted more pressure, the ASEAN or the United States stepping in when you say that it's the case of stolen valor?
Right. I mean, Trump will always try to claim credit for everything, right? But the U.S. have a less stake this than members of ASEAN nations and China because ASEAN and China, they're the ones who are in the neighborhood. They were going to have to deal with the consequences of a fallout of a war. Whereas United States, they're in Asia, but they're not of Asia. Like China, ASEAN members, they're not going away. We're going to be we have been neighbors for thousands of years. We're going to be neighbors for the next hundreds of years as well. United States can be gone from Asia, who knows when. I think in not very distant future, I can very likely see United States influence get pushed out of Asia, and then U.S. can just like wash their hands and walk away, and that's not an option for ASEAN nation or China because this is happening in their neighborhood. They do not want war in their neighborhood, so they're the ones who are going to have a more vested interest to smoothly this out, and so this is why, but whatever. Let Trump have his Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah,
If that makes him happy.
yeah, he's got his own aims to do, man. Okay, so can we have can we have, do we have any figures and numbers, clear figures and numbers on what happened during these 3 days?
Well, we last time I heard, this was a couple of days ago, that there were over 30 people was killed on both sides, and it was just really unfortunate because some civilian area was getting hit, like hospitals, 7-Elevens, and another thing happened is the Thailand Cambodian trade came to a standstill. They each other recall their ambassadors, but also people are start boycotting Thailand goods in Cambodia, and Thai is one of the major trading partner of Cambodia. So what happened right in more recent days? It was now there's more Vietnamese goods that's replacing the Thai goods on the shelves in Cambodia, because fundamentally Cambodia will still depend on their neighbors, and so like they're kind of caught in between of two very strong neighbors, Vietnam on one side and Cambodia on the other side, and and so like I think Vietnam's influence in Cambodia will likely grow, because now that Cambodia is on the outs with Thailand. But more importantly, I don't think the Chinese influence will go away just because Cambodia is closing up to United States, because geopolitically, Cambodia is stuck between Vietnam and Cambodia and Thailand, and this is why they sought closer ties with China in the first place, because they wanted another outside power to balance out their stronger neighbors. And one of the U.S. isolation of Hun Sen government was just pushing Cambodia deeper into China. So even if his son Hu Mania tried to move Cambodia closer to the United States, there's I think they're still in the neighborhood. The geopolitical reality, that means they will still um, have to try to forge a close tie with China, because they don't have a choice. They have got Cambodia, Vietnam, and China, and United States is simply too far. It's too far away.